Okay, we're talking about the rating thing. So you said you rated yourself a 10 out of 10 in terms of physical appearance. Do you think so that's your own self-assessment? What do you think, is that?
That's how I feel about myself. I don't know about anybody else.
What do you think other people would rate you on average?
I guess it depends on the eyes that are seeing me.
Let's just say
because some people will be like, ooh, she's ugly, and other people will be like, oh my God, she's really pretty. So it just depends on the person.
Right. I'm saying an average though. If you had to average it.
I'd say if we were to average it, the best way to do that is a 5.
not that you're average, but 100,000 men.
Because if I were to add up, their ratings and then divide by how many people, that's an average.
Wait, no, I'm saying, what would be the average of the people? If 100,000 people were to rate you?
Yeah, the average would be 5.
It would be 5.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a bit more fair. So then why, if that's the assessment of what you think other people would rate you, why is there such a large discrepancy?
Because I recently went through a lot, and I used to feel really ugly and disgusting, and now that I don't feel that way, I'm like, I'm cute. I'm a 10. I don't care.
So I don't think this has anything, well, the ratings per se don't necessarily have any sort of attestment to your self-esteem and your confidence. You can be perfully confident and also be realistic on your physical appearance.
I feel like I'm doing both, confident and being realistic on my own view of myself. Other people's views, that's different, but me personally, that's how I see myself.
I think you're a 10.
Thanks. I think you two are too, and yins are just scared to say it because you don't want to sound cocky.
It has nothing to do with
I genuinely know I'm not a 10, and I'm okay with that. I'm 32 years old.
What makes a person a 10?
Why don't
the most beautiful woman in the world is a 10?
They're not in America.
Okay, well,
they're in different countries.
I'm just not unrealistic. I've always been a realist. I just know it isn't it. I'm not.
I don't think there's any 10s.
So. Yeah, and beauty tends to operate on a bell curve as well.
And rating women by their looks is just fucked up.
It's best if you don't talk when I'm talking. So if it operates on a bell curve, generally the majority of the population, 80 to 90% of the population, will generally sit between the 4 and 7 type mark. But then on the very outskirts, you've got your 9s and 10s, which is when Halle Berry was most beautiful woman in the world, for example. She might have been something like a 10. I think that Rihanna in Pon de Replay back in the day was a 10. That was my childhood crush. But yeah, these are what 10s are.
Forehead's a little big on that one.
I don't know. Don't ruin it for me. We'll say 9. We'll say 9. But yeah, generally it's measured on a scale as well. Symmetry of the face and the shape of the eyes and the shape of the jaw, and then obviously like most women do not even have the ability to be a 10 even if they got surgery. So
because they have to have a big butt or just a perfect butt.
Well, they'd probably have a pretty nice butt if they're a 10.
Like a juicy butt.
Well, I mean, I think on the universal standards it would probably be more of like a cute butt.
A cute butt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Think Victoria's Secret supermodels.
I gotcha.
Think how cute their bums are.
So do they have to be really skinny and barf all the time?
I would say that they would have to have a low body fat percentage for sure.
Like they have to be lean.
Yeah, lean. Definitely. But if they're anorexic, then that's not attractive, obviously. But if they keep themselves in good shape and if they look healthy, if they look, virile and feminine, and absolutely.
I gotcha. Have you ever watched the Victoria's Secret documentary?
No, but I definitely should.
You definitely should. It's on Netflix.
Some cute bums in there?
No, you should see what the girls had to go through.
No, I haven't. I can't.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You risk it for greatness.
I mean, as far as the whole 10 thing, not going to rate you, but you're not a 10.
Well, that's how you feel. Like I said, it's about how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys see me, but I see me better than that.
Yeah, but so and the reason I push back on this, on the worldview, where does your delusion start interfering with your ability to find a partner?
Well, I wasn't ever really looking for a partner whenever I went single last year. I was with 2 people consistently for 15 years, so I just wanted to be single.
You were with 2 people?
Not together at the same time. So from 16 to 20, I was with someone for 4 years, and from 20 to 30, I was with someone for 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I wouldn't really call it a delusion. It's just how I see myself. I see myself in a confident, positive light now.
Okay.
And I like it.
I have a question for you. If I sat here, can I ask you? I mean, I'm actually fine for you to rate me. Do you think I'm a 10?
In my personal opinion, no.
That's totally fine. I don't think I'm a 10 either. But so, you I'm trying to remember
but that's my opinion.
where
Someone
I was
else
going
might see you as a 10.
So, but you saying you're a 10 essentially is saying that you have nothing about yourself that you can improve on.
Physical, I mean, I would probably get bigger boobs, maybe a smaller nose, but I am like Indian, so.
So we're down to a 9 now.
Huh?
We're down to a 9 maybe now.
Well, I mean, if you wanna chop it down like that, yeah, I guess so, huh?
Well, it's interesting though. Do you think all women are 10s?
It depends on how they see themselves. I don't personally, but that's my opinion.
Uh-huh.
Like, of course, we all
Well,
think
so
some
why-
people are
Can you
attractive,
move the
some
microphone
aren't.
so you speak to it?
Yeah.
Wait, but so actually, I don't know if that was the
Oh, yeah.
right call, but
All good over,
Just
yeah.
scooch my.
yeah. Now you need to move it. Now you got to move it back. Okay. Well, so why are you able to hold the position that your own self-assessment of yourself is you're a 10, but you just don't blanket give every single woman? Like, why are you able to analyze a woman's face and determine, well, she's not a 10, she's a 9 or 8, but when it comes to your own self-perception, it's a 10?
Because it's how you see people. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. You know?
No, but it seems to me that you can do an analysis of someone's attractiveness and beauty. You were able to do it with me, for example. You said I think you said 5 or whatever.
I didn't give a number.
Oh, you didn't give a number, but you said I'm not a 10, right? So you were able to assess that I'm not a 10. You were. It sounds like you're able to assess other women aren't a 10. So if you're able to make determinations based on how their face looks, their body looks, why are you incapable of doing that for yourself?
I think I do.
Am I a 10? Do you think I am?
You're like a 15. You are fine, girl. You're fine.
Okay.
Also, just
Okay,
from
all right.
the male perspective as well, I know that girls often do this, say, oh, I'm confident in myself, I'm a 10. It's very unattractive from a guy's perspective. And just from my perspective, for example, generally, I think that one of the most attractive things about a woman is when she knows how to project love outwards. And when you have this constant self-aggrandizement of, I'm a 10, I'm this, I'm that, and it's this self-centeredness, that's actually quite unattractive, because we really like a woman who knows how to nurture and love and give
Yeah.
rather than just focusing on the self too much.
Well, that makes sense whenever someone's being cocky about it versus being like humble or, you know, just being
humility.
genuinely honest how they feel.
Yeah.
Humility is an important quality.
Well, she was asked to.
Yeah.
Well, modesty
what
is
would she rate
modesty
herself?
is related to femininity.
I was
And,
asked and I was genuine about my honest opinion.
Okay. So, do you think you're on par with the most beautiful women in the world then?
No, because the most beautiful women in the world on a scale of 1 to 10 are like 30s, 50s.
That's-
They pass the scale.
I mean, that's
Like
not really
her.
how math
Well, so-
works.
so
but
has
okay.
to-
So
the
on a
scale.
scale of 1 to 10, 10 would be absolute max.
So
Most
your
beautiful.
30 is
For me,
literally the 10.
I'm not a 30. Like, if on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, she's
If
like
anybody
a
wanted a
15.
textbook definition of what it means to
Like-
move the goalposts,
So it has to be 1 to 10 only. 1 to 10 only.
move the
10
whole field.
10 is maximum most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life. That's the
100th
10.
percentile is what it is.
Okay, well, that's not the way I was looking at it.
So even 30 out of 30 is also 100
30 out of
percentile.
30 is a little high.
Okay, but-
I can understand how it seems the same because it's on 1 to 10, but I see it as there's certain people that pass that 10.
But it's
It's
quite
just
literally
it's hard
impossible
because
to
I never
pass.
looked at it that
It
way.
would be
It's
impossible to pass.
Yeah.
like 15, 10, 10, 10.
Like when people are like, "Oh yeah, 110%," that genuinely doesn't exist. You can 100% is like the full percentage of something that you can achieve. Does
yeah, I
that make
see
sense?
what you're saying. Yeah.
So 30 out of 30 would essentially be the exact same as 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but not the way I look at it. Because like I said, I think certain people can fucking pass that shit. Like, you're just so
no,
gorgeous.
it doesn't work. Okay, if
I
one,
know what you're saying. It's just I don't get with it. It's just not like
Logic?
my-
You don't get with
It's
logic?
not like my thing.
Realism?
Like, I think people can absolutely be way more than the max.
that
that's not-
literally doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's a
Erroneous!
contradiction.
Logically, no.
Yeah.
And I know that.
so what? Okay, so if,
I really just
so
don't
logically no blank what? If it's not logical, what is the term you're going to replace for logical?
care. Opinionated.
Illogical?
Opinionated. It's
Not a
just it's an
synonym.
opinion that ain't
An
logical
opinion-
to you, but it makes sense in my noggin.
An opinion can be based in logic.
And it can also be based off of non-logic, Look at me.
What is non-logic?
What I'm saying.
So is
What I'm saying. Obvious. And you guys are trying to say it's not logical.
saying
That's
she's
what
not
I'm saying. It's not logical.
We're
but
not
it
trying
makes
to say, we
sense.
are saying that
But
it is
that's what I said.
so then you're wrong.
And-
Because if something's illogical,
But that's
it's
the
wrong.
way I see it.
Okay, so then you're just wrong.
And that's okay.
If you're
I can be
saying
wrong,
I'm-
but to me, in
if-
my head, I'm not wrong. It works for me.
What's 2 plus 2?
4.
Okay.
Can 2 plus 2 be 8?
No.
So
Ryan's asking
Wait,
such
I have a
mundane
question. Hold on, I have a question.
Really?
Okay, so how would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning?
I don't eat breakfast.
Okay, all right.
What do you mean?
She can engage with a hypothetical. Last question on the rating thing. Do you, all else being equal, do you think you will be more physically attractive in 10 years?
In what?
Well, so you're 31, right?
Yeah.
So all else being equal, do you think you'll be more physically attractive in 10 years than you are now?
I think it's possible because 10 years ago I was ugly as fuck. So
Okay, so you're
10 years made me
Okay,
cute. So 10 more years might make me cuter or ugly.
okay, so you're 31.
Yeah.
So are you more physically attractive now than you were at 21?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
All else being equal?
What do you mean? Wait, say.
Well, I mean,
reiterate?
I'm just curious. Like, so 10 years has passed. You were 21. You're saying you're more attractive now at 31 than you were at 21.
Yeah.
What's changed to make you more attractive now?
I gained weight. I was accidentally anorexic from depression, so that played
Okay.
a big factor.
Let's assume you hadn't been anorexic when you were 21. Would you have been more attractive back then?
No, because I didn't know how to take care of myself, my
Let's
skin,
assume-
my hair,
Okay.
nothing.
So, but I said all else being equal. So let's assume you were able to do all those things. Would you have been more physically attractive at 21 than you are now?
No, my facial.
So what's different?
Something about like
face got younger?
My face changed. I don't know what it was, but even people that's known me my whole life are like, "How are you looking younger now
How many?
that you're
Do you have
older?"
like old photos of you when you were
Ew!
on your
Don't pull them
Instagram?
up. They're so bad. Ew.
Hold on, I'm gonna see.
Like
here
you
if
can see, I look
You got it.
tired and old and just run down.
Do I have this shit memorized?
From when you were younger?
When I was in
Damn,
my
I don't have
20s,
memory.
yeah.
Did you party a lot?
No, I was in a 10-year relationship. I was miserable.
Well, maybe the depression in that got you looking older, you know?